Kaelan Dorr, thanks for having us here. Walk us through, I mean, you guys, as the 100-day mark hits the White House, what's the strategy to get the word out?
Well, obviously, we've gone above and beyond to incorporate outreach to new media this week. So the past 6 days, we've had folks from the podcast world, influencers, local radio, local TV, all of the above come through the White House. We've opened up the doors in ways that I don't think we've ever seen before, because it's about time we go to the American public with information, right? For 4 years during this blip, the American people were scrambling to figure out who was even running our country, right? So you're very familiar with how transparent the president strives to be, and we strive to embody that. So things like this today, things like, I don't know if you saw, we redecorated the lawn a little bit this morning.
It was nice.
To make sure that everyone has everything they need to go out there and speak intelligibly about what we're doing, because we've done a lot in 100 days.
So during the campaign, the president did a lot of long-form podcasts. A lot of influencers were brought into the fold. When you guys do stuff like this, how much involvement or understanding does he have of this? Do you guys go to him and say, here's all the, because obviously he can only do so many interviews personally, but how much is he aware of what you guys are doing to highlight the accomplishments?
Well, I think everything's reported up to him. And like I said, we're going to cross 100 new media outlets here in about 5 days through the White House. So he's very well aware, but as you know, he's head down working and actually putting lead on target. And you know, he'll be doing some media around the 100-day celebration. He's traveling to Michigan this Tuesday, Alabama on Thursday. He's getting out there. He's hitting the road, doing what he loves to do. But we're working on ways to make sure we incorporate this new media as the all-encompassing frame.
But it's not just new media. I mean, the thing is, Kaelan, it's not just new media. What I think is fun, from my perspective, is watching the utilization of the digital stuff. Like, because you amplify stuff with your own content as well, right? I mean, that to me, as a former comm staffer, is sort of the fun part of this, because it's not relying on, on any show or any outlet or any content provider or influencer to use the material. You guys put out stuff. How has that changed, especially from when we were here in the first term?
Yeah. I mean, it's all offense. I mean, we haven't taken our foot off the gas for 1 second.
The COVID-19 page. I mean, the good stuff that's like you troll people online.
Yeah.
And that's not traditional.
No, not at all.
Does the president get a kick out of this? I mean, does it, like, when you guys do stuff like this, do you guys go in and say, hey, let me show you what we did?
Yeah, that's been a big part of it. And obviously, I mean, that one was so good. I had that done about a month ago, and we waited for like a slow news day because we wanted it to get.
Is there a slow news day here?
I mean, we strive to move things around. We do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but we've been moving things around so we get maximum impact. But really, the constant deluge. I mean, if you saw the list of things I have backed up that we want to get out here for when like something comes up, you'd be astounded. The team that we've assembled, Sean, is insanely creative, and we've given everyone enough rope to hang themselves with, right?
And that's the thing about Trump, is that I've always said this to people, he doesn't care, he doesn't ask for permission. You don't go to him and say, can I do this? He just, if you have something great, you think it's going to work, he's always, that's been the beauty of being around and working with Trump, is that he gives people the latitude to do great things and not worry about traditional norms.
Oh yeah, no, I've gotten a call, when we run a little hot on social media, to be like, hey, you might want to like slow down a little bit, or hey, let's make sure that, I think the phrase is always, let's make sure there's an extra set of approval or extra set of eyes on some of these things. But really, we're left to operate because it's not hard. Like, you know this, like, it's not hard. You don't need a firm on Madison Avenue to come through and game plan a message progression and take you on a creative retreat to do anything. Really, like, if you've been around, the president's made it very clear where we're going. It's a matter of just sitting down and taking the time to ideate and innovate ways to communicate. And I think we've done a pretty good job of that so far. What do you think?
I like I said, to me, I had a conversation with the president the other day, and he asked me, as he does, how's it going? And I said, for the second time in the last month that we've talked, I said, I'm just jealous of what you guys are able to do. It's different. There's a cohesion that's here. There's a sense of purpose among the staff that wasn't here in the first term. And again, that's not a critique. It's just, it was different. It was new. This time he's got a lot more time under his belt, a lot of time to think about a lot of these things. And I think it reflects in how things are put out. So that to me has been fascinating, just how, there's been this embrace of new tools, strategy, content that we didn't have the first time, mostly because we thought that we're supposed to follow certain norms and rules that, frankly, we shouldn't have.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I was just talking to someone here earlier today, stuff like the Maryland Man hoax. Looking back, like, I think we really would have stopped and maybe paused for a moment.
Right.
We just put the foot down on the gas pedal harder. We're making fun. I think I put out like 6 memes about Chris Van Hollen in one day.
Which would have never happened.
Never would have happened.
No. But now it's like, I mean, A, it's right. And B, the funny thing is I had Chris Wilson, this pollster / data analyst who's working with Brad Parscale. And he came in and he said, because I said in my gut, there's no way that people are going to side with Van Hollen flying to a foreign country to release a guy who's in the country illegally. There was a gang member that abused women, right? You don't need a poll to tell you that. And sure enough, the sentiment was it. So when you guys did that, it was like, okay, it made sense. But I don't think many people expected the White House to be trolling Senator Chris Van Hollen.
Well, it's because, previous administrations, you would have given them latitude to dance out of these corners. And we've really boxed them in, like, aggressively. Like, they're out here defending murderers, rapists, pedophiles, child murderers. I mean, the list goes on and on. You've seen it. There's 101 portraits out there. And so, again, you're not giving them any latitude because that's what they would do to us at the end of the day. Like, they've been relentless in previous administrations.
You used a word that's interesting, slow, a minute ago. And I thought about it because I'll come clean. And I said on the show on Monday, I had a list of accomplishments, and I didn't create that. Your team did. You gave it to, and I'm reading the list of accomplishments, and it was like boom, 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 right? I don't know how many pages were in it because I had to cut it down.
It's about 17.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I kept cutting it down, right? Because I couldn't get through all of it. But that's kind of the thing. When you sent it to me and I started reading through it, I go, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, he did that. And when you say slow, the president will never slow down. That's just not in his nature. But how do we find a balance maybe between making sure people understand all of the things he's doing on their behalf, and getting, because I forgot about him and I cover this, every day. I watch the briefings. So how do we make sure that people are acknowledging what he's doing?
I think for some of these things that may not be getting attention now, we're going to go back and find ways to make sure we're doing something a little creative outside the box, and finding ways to, I think one thing that's very popular that everyone always talks about that I personally don't know that we've done enough communicating on is the Doge stuff.
I agree. I mean, I'm outraged every time I see one of those things. And frankly, the funny thing is, even to the people on the left who say, oh, well, it's not $1 billion, it's only $5. I'm like, who cares if it's $10? Yeah. Like the idea that like I'm sending money in the form of tax dollars to this government, I expect them to be spending it wisely. So if they're finding 2 quarters in a couch, I think that's right. So I'm with you. I think the more that we can expose how poorly and inefficient the government is running, the better.
I think that will be something we talk about a lot.
It'll be harder when Elon leaves.
I don't know that he ever is like leaving. I think he'll always be involved. And even if he does, like the spirit and the ethos of what they're doing is, I mean, the first few weeks we're like onboarding all these cabinet members, and like I call in their digital guys like, all right, what the hell's going on? It's like you're all in a competition. Everyone gets sworn in, and then like 30 minutes later, they put out a direct-to-camera video outlining all this fraud, waste, and abuse. Like, what's going on? They're all competing with each other.
Oh, that's great.
They're all going back and forth. They're like, I cut more than you, I did more than you, and like that's something we want to keep going, right? And
actually, maybe that's the idea. Maybe there's a competition.
That's kind of where my head's at.
All right,
I like a leaderboard,
Start announced here. All right.
That's right.
Kaelan Dorr, thanks for inviting us. Thanks for all the work that you guys are doing here to get the word out. Appreciate it.
Thanks for everything. I appreciate you.
You bet. Well, if you enjoyed this content, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get more.